What's up, guys? It's been a while. I've been hiding with, you know, various life things that I had going on. But today is a beautiful day. It's 7 degrees outside. We're on the Husqvarna Norden, and we're gonna go and check out my friend's dealership because they just acquired it. And it's a Kawasaki Honda dealer. And, you know, I'm happy for him. So I figured we'd go and check it out and see what they have. This bike is so good. This bike is so ridiculously good. I absolutely love this one. I really do. It's such a good bike. It's weird though, because like, you know, my motorcycle career, or riding motorcycles since I was 18, I started off with like super sports, and that was like my thing. And you can see that the channel, like for a while I had super sports that was like focused in this. Of course, I just ruined my jacket as I'm doing this. Yeah, there we go. We started with super sports, you know, and like, but then I got back into Groms, bought another super sport. I had the ZX6R 750, and some of you guys are probably wondering whatever happened to that CBR 1000 RR that I did a video. It got a crazy amount of views. It's like 80,000 views or something like that. And I did not buy it. I ended up going with the Husqvarna, but that's not everything. It's still around. My buddy Joey, who actually bought it, because I wanted him to have a super sport like I had, the 750 at the time. But then I got really big into riding dirt bikes, and when I got big into dirt bikes, my whole like mentality on motorcycles changed. But I just yeah, I don't know. It's been a ride, because the group of us that got right back into motorcycles, there's only 2 of us left, which is okay. You know, if it's not for you, it's not for you. And the people that are left is just me and Joey. And it's been a little awkward riding because he's on the CBR 1000 RR and I'm on the 901. But we make it work. We don't do super fast boy stuff. We literally just enjoy the whole riding situation. Man, you know what? Cruise control is so good for like quick adjustments. There we go. There we go. So I recently did the Explorer or Expedition package, or not the Expedition, the Explorer package. I guess it's the ride mode. Explorer, yeah, Explorer. Which is really neat. Allows me to control a bunch of stuff with the Norden. But recently, I've been missing a super sport. Like, I really miss having a super sport. And as much as the adventure bikes are really cool, I'm starting to realize over the almost 2 years that I've owned this bike is that I don't really plan to do much of off-roading with it. And it's starting to feel a little bit like a waste. This thing is super rowdy, super torquey, lots of fun, but I'm also 5'8" or 5'9", and it's getting to be a little uncomfortable for me to like ride every day, especially when it's pushing 500 pounds and I weigh 165. Now, if you absolutely love the bike, you can make it work. I've been making it work for almost 2 years and I have no complaints whatsoever. This thing is, it's just, I miss having a small bike. I miss having the 4-cylinder setup. So, besides that, that's just my gripes. But regardless, like, I'm still super happy with it and I really enjoy it quite significantly. So I don't know, I've come to this I've come to this whole kind of conclusion at this point that I don't know if me continuing to hold on to the Norden is the best for like what I want out of my motorcycles anymore. Oh god, that's so good. The torque is so good on this thing. Ah! Anyways, this thing is so rowdy. It's so rowdy. And the funny thing is, I feel like I'm more of a troublemaker on this thing than I was when I was on a super sport. It's just, it promotes it. You know, you can do some really crazy wheelies and off-roady and more just troublesome stuff with this thing. Anyways, we're gonna go check out my buddy's dealership and see if I want to make the switch. That and like I'm at a point where I can do this, and if it's worth it, I'll make the switch. If it's not worth it, we'll stay with the Norden. It's not that big of a deal. I really do enjoy it, and if I'm still with it, I have zero complaints because this bike is phenomenal. Absolutely love it. You know, the funny thing is, like, the 390 was like kind of like this too. The 390 Adventure. Oh, I had so much fun with that bike. That bike was easier to be a miscreant with because it is so much lighter. You felt like you could get away with a lot more. But also, it topped out like 90 miles per hour. Sometimes I need to go faster than 90. Broke one of my own rules. I don't like driving or riding fast or kind of accelerating hard in like streets like these where you got businesses at both ends, simply because there's people coming in and out, and some people just misjudge everything and then just throw their vehicle out there, and that's how you get hurt. Anyways, Honda Kawasaki Power Sports of North Texas. There we go. We are here. Such a good bike. Such a good bike. I absolutely love this thing. I get in trouble way too easily. Get in trouble way too easily. What's that, dude? Man. Ooh, look at the ZX6Rs. Damn. That's what I need right here. That's the last thing I need right here. It's one of these. Damn. Oh, they got the ZX4RRs. I kind of want one of these so bad. Though I know I'd be like upset with it within about a week. But they're so cool. Something about being able to rev to 18,000 RPMs. Got CBRs. 500s. 650. Oh, they got a 650, dude. 650s are pretty dope. At least for the 650 class. Ninja 500s. Anyways. I'm gonna walk around a bit. Okay, they got me. Bye-bye, Norden. I've wanted one of these for so freaking long, actually. So it's kind of crazy. So we're gonna go and give it its maiden ride. We're gonna head over to Cycle Gear and we'll see. I've already turned quick shifter on, so that's good. It's the first thing I did. I feel like I'm humping a goddamn football. I was worried about the power. I was worried about the wrong thing. Cramping. It's been a while. Oh God, stiff suspension. I am not on an adventure bike anymore. Oh, it's a stiff seat. So, why am I doing all this? Oh, dude, I miss this so much. I'm like 167 and it won't go above that. I imagine in the summer, it's going down. I hear your engine. I don't hear my engine. Is that me popping or is that you popping? You know what's crazy here? It's all narrow again. This thing is so butter smooth. Ultimately, why did I end up with the ZX6R? Well, I had to look at my options because I was leaning towards a leader bike and I really wanted a Gixxer 1000 or a ZX10 or a CBR 1000. And I got to really thinking about it for a while, and I just, as the older I'm getting, the more I'm kind of starting to kind of feel like I don't do crazy highway things. I think it's just overkill for what I want out of what I'm doing with motorcycles. And it's okay. Like, I'm not looking to break any records here, but what I do want to do is I want to eventually get to where I can take this thing out on the track and have a good time, and this bike seems to be just like the perfect fit for me to really learn how to handle a motorcycle. So Joey and I went to Cycle Gear. We rode around for a while. Apparently, talking to the dealership, the break-in procedure on this thing is it's kind of poop. It actually kind of sucks. So I'm not supposed to rev it above 4,000. I said, yeah, that's not happening. I'm gonna rev it above 4,000. I don't really care. I'm gonna just do a lot of engine braking, which is what really helps seat in the piston rings, and that's ultimately what I'm going to work on. Now, the other thing was they're like, you need to heat cycle it, which is okay. Yeah, I get it. You don't want to overstretch the heat of the vehicle or the engine, overexpand the cylinder walls, and then the piston rings don't really seat in like you want them to. So what you really want to do is let the cylinder walls heat cycle a couple times so the rings settle in really well. Okay, I get that. So we rode around for a while, went to Cycle Gear. We sat there for an hour until the bike got down to about, on the gauge here, it got down to like 110, and then we decided to go out again. This thing runs really cool, really cool on the highway. Like, it just chilled at 170 degrees Fahrenheit, which was pretty insane. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So I rode back home, spent some time with the family, the kids, the wife, and I let this thing really properly cool off. Well, now that the kids are in bed, I'm sneaking out of the house to go through another heat cycle, because you want to do this, you want to cycle it a couple times within the first 100 miles or so. So that's essentially what I'm doing, and I'm going to continue to talk to you guys. At the same time, I'm going to try to find somewhere to take some really cool pictures of this thing, because this front end looks so good. Engine brake time. I'm not used to the sport bike position. It's been a couple years, but my body's slowly warming up to it. At first, it was not happy. I was getting cramps left and right. And also, I might have forgotten to put a dead cat on my mic, so everything was like super windy, and I can't find my dead cat anywhere. So if it's still super windy on my audio, I am deeply sorry, and I will find a replacement eventually. I got some stuff at the shop that I could probably run on it. So ultimately, why did I end up with a ZX6R? Well, the Dirty 6 was my best option, because I want another 750, but I'm not buying a 750 new. It's unchanged since 2011 besides the paint schemes, and so that's just not happening. CBR 600, unless you want the tail tuck exhaust, I just wasn't feeling it. And then you got Kawasaki, who's I'm a firm believer of rewarding companies for doing the right thing. They are still pouring time and energy into the 636, and I think it's one of their best-selling, motorcycles, because it's well thought out. I don't know, and it looks so good. We're running out of daylight. I need to find a place for us to take some cool pictures of this thing, some B-roll, because you guys. The GoPro will never do this motorcycle justice. Also, I feel so good, a flat foot on the floor again. Hey, what's up, dude? Yeah. The ZX6R, I feel like I get the most bang out of my money, and it's decently priced for what it is, and you don't get that often. So I'm happy with my purchase. My legs were cramping, my wrists were hurting for the first hour of riding this thing, so at that time I wasn't too excited, but now that my body's kind of getting back into the little sport bike tuck here, I'm okay. And I imagine about another week of riding this thing, I'm barely gonna feel it. I will say, I did sit on the ZX10R at the dealership, and that was way more comfortable. Also, double the cost. I should have swapped to my clear visor. I didn't even think about it. Let's do some engine braking while we're at it. Because that's what this bike really needs right now. Now, there's two things that kind of almost made me shy away from the ZX6R, and one was a lot of people saying the power fall off at the top end is pretty apparent, and looking at dyno charts, yeah, it's very apparent if this thing falls down hard. But that can be adjusted with tune and velocity stacks, exhaust, all that, which we're going to end up doing at some point. The first thing I am going to do is some sort of a slip-on. I have to be able to hear the noise of this thing because it is so beautiful. Sounds so good. Ooh, can I park in there? Do you think I'll get in trouble? Okay, we'll save that for last. But that looks like a place we can go park this thing at. The seat sucks, by the way. Oh, almost any seat sucks after riding that Norden for 2 years. The way this bike like tips in, and maybe it's just I've gotten so used to having a 21-inch tire in the front, and going back to a sport bike, you really have to appreciate how well these bikes handle. Any super sport, they all handle so good. And that's, I desperately miss that. I miss that a lot. And I have it back. We're back, baby! Whatever engineer from Kawasaki made neutral super fucking easy to find, I want to buy you a beer, dude. I want to buy you a beer. You are a godsend. God, I miss the super sport. Guys, I'm so happy. I'm gonna miss the Norden. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna miss this thing a lot. just how comfortable it was. But you can't beat the sound of a 4-cylinder. It's like a nice little place to pull in inside the senior center. Yeah. God dang, guys. This looks so good. She needs a name. She needs a name. Look at that thing. Alright, let's get the camera out. Well, I hope you guys like the footage. This is it. This is my ZX6R, the 636, the Dirty 6. I can't believe I am on the Supersport again. I actually am ecstatic. And one of the main reasons, you guys are probably going to be like, you know, why did you get rid of the Norden? It's way more comfortable and stuff like that. And actually, speed-wise, at least around town, the Norden is faster because it just has so much more torque. But it's just not me. I'm willing to admit it was not me, but I did try it out and I had a really good time with it, and it's time to move on. And I'm just happy to be back on the ZX6R. So I'm gonna go home because I'm on a dark visor. I can't see anything. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all on the next one. Okay, bye.